Hello, everyone. Hello, Fluffy. With dose. Oh, okay, petrol. Okay. Uh, hail to sacred. Okay, that's a new one. But hi. How's everyone doing today? So, like it says, gonna be building Gundams. Specifically, Dragon Gundam. Trying to get the volume on the background music just right. There we go. Yep. So this is the third of the P Bandai uh, kits. First two were Gundam Rose and Gundam Maxter. So this is the final one that I have for the Mobile Fighter G Shuffle Alliance as Premium Bandai has made them so far. And this guy is pretty big actually. Like that box is at least 1.5 times the size of the previous ones. So this is going to be interesting to see. Let's see. Put these boxes off to the side. I'll need them later, just not right now. Okay. Oh, that's actually a kind of plastic. It's kind of flimsy, but it's not as flimsy as this part. This part's pretty flimsy. I'm gonna leave those in plastic for now. And actually put those in the box. Okay, instructions. Got my usual tools. Pliers, mold line remover, light, and my clippers. Master grade Talgies from Endless Waltz. Eh, honestly, if you sit down and work on it, you can probably hammer it out in a few hours. Honestly, uh, I'll say all of these are high grades. They're high grade Future Centuries, 1/144ths, and Rose and Maxter took about 3 hours each. Dragon, I'm figuring, might take 3. It might take a little bit longer. I'm not fully for certain. Let's see. His booklet does feel a little thicker than the others. So, let's see. Let's get these open so I can get the pieces sorted a little bit. Before I do that, I need to move my drink. I had it in a spot that I like to put some of the pieces. That's fair. Learning while you build is something a lot of people do. I think... I'm trying to remember what my first kit was, but I don't remember. I liably have it somewhere. Either I feel like it should have been Shining or God Gundam, but I could be wrong on those. Plus, this will be the last kit until about June, when the real grade Shining Gundam comes in. Got that on pre-order, so gotta wait for it to come in. Let's see, this sheet is sheet A2. Alright, so I'll put the 2s over to the left. Let's see, this one is B. I'll put it right here to the left. There's the stickers, gonna need those. Very few stickers, at least. There are some really small ones, though. Alright, so this sheet is A1. Put it on top of B. D1. Okay. And this is E2. Dragon's actually got the... Oh! Fluffy, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Vampiric Army. But... yeah, a lot of... Dragon actually comes with a lot more color than the last two. I think, if I remember, yeah, Maxer's was mostly blue, white. There was a little bit. There was black, yellow, and then red. There was a lot of blue on Rose. F. Okay, so there's one of his clear color pieces. So I'll put that one over here because that's probably going to be towards the end. This sheet is E1. Okay. D2. Yep, there's his base station. Green. Just like his box. Oh, I can't wait for the fourth kit for this. Because, for anyone, if you don't know, the Premium Bandai has been putting out each member of the Shuffle Alliance from Mobile Fighter G Gundam. They started with Gundam Rose, and then Gundam Maxter. Then Dragon Gundam is the third. So the final one should be Neo Russia's Bolt Gundam. And there's his dark green base and the stuff to make the base work. Put that off to the side as well. And then here's a lot of the white pieces. And they're both C sheets. Okay, so we're going to put the C sheets over here with the 2s as a just in case. Alright. So to start, I need the B sheet and E1. E1 number 1 up here in the corner. And it does say there are parts not to snip, which in this case, right on the edge there is drop the piece. It's 2 little circular bits you don't need to snip off. Then from B we need B25. Let's see. Ah, here it is. Right by my thumb. And of course, sometimes you gotta just bring the guide up to see. Alright, so it tells to put it like so. There it is. Alrighty. There's a little bit of excess flash from the kit. From the sprue. You can either use the mold line remover or just use clippers. If you're worried about breaking the piece, mold line remover makes it a bit steadier. But there we go. That's now been attached. Next is attaching that to E13. 2's right here. So 3's right here. Looks like part of it got heavy on the flash again on this one. There we go. A little bit of excess cleaned up. So now, let me look at how this one's orientated. Okay, so it's like this. And it goes up in here, like so, till you get a good click sound. Then he can be placed. So there's a lot of pieces in this, so got to make sure when you're going that you got them in the right position and right facings. So next we need A119, which seems to be over here in this. There's a black sector over here. Yeah, it's this one right here by my, right under, or right above my index finger. And this one very much is one of those pieces. Got to make sure you got it the right way whenever you place it down, place it in. So, the guide states to have the piece kind of like this when connecting it in. And you connect it in down here. Oh, wait. Like so. You gotta have facing that way a bit. Next is E14. So we need this green sheet and another B piece. So E14, 2 was here, so 4's here. And then B24. No, 25 is right here, so 24 should be over here. And it's right here. It's kind of a little hard to see thanks to my own model. But, got it. Check for any flash, because I want these to sit perfectly. Alright, so now this one is interesting because it has both of these getting worked up at the same time. And from what I can tell, okay, so we need this one right here attaching to this side, and this attaching a very specific way to right here. Now some of the pieces don't click, they just slide, and this is one of them. That's very just a pop on. Alright. So now we can move over to, yeah, okay. Yeah, this book is rather, this is a lot bigger than the previous book. Previous books, I should say. One second while I get my instructions situated. There we go. The next is E15, so I'm figuring it's another green. Yeah, the other half of the green piece for connection in. There are some pieces, you'll see me spin them That's usually just because I'm confident in the fact that I've got enough flash off to just spin them to get the rest off. And there was proof that I didn't have that fully attached. I could see it when I looked at it, but it's now fully attached. Next is into E2, which we don't have snipped yet, so we'll have to grab E2. We need 2 B12s. Right over here. Whenever we need numbers that are the same for something, they'll be right side by side. There we go. So now, on the back of here, we grab one, situate it going this way, grab the other, situate it going this way, so that the ball joint, whenever we go to connect the arms later, will work perfectly. Then, it says we just connect these up here. Feels like it's a snug fit. Alright, now we need D2 sheets, and this is where we start getting into stickers real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and grab stickers, and I'm going to grab needle nose pliers. So D2, 13 and 14, which are these two down here. Sorry about that. Alright, so 14 goes on this side, and 13 on my left. Alright, so now we'll put that to the side and look at the stickers. Now it says that when looking at this, it'll go like this, and the stickers go in these little groove areas. There's kind of little groove-ish areas there. Is where the stickers will go. Ah, and there are these black ones right here. There are tiny stickers there. 2 in each set of black. One for the top part and one for the bottom. There's one sticker. And for anyone wondering, the way I do it, I get the edge of my needle nose up under the sticker to pull it up, pinch it, bring it to the area, let it go, then kind of guide it into place with the needle nose. So for the most part, and then I pat it down by just kind of either patting or just doing a slight rub. And it looks like these mostly just go in, it looks like, easy on the stickers. As for where they get placed on the Gundam, looks like the yellow pieces go in right here on the body. So now, this side, which is going to be a little bit more difficult. But not too much more difficult. Hmm. And sometimes the sticker does decide to be difficult. This one decided to be difficult for a second there. It just kept flipping. So now, since I'm flipping this kind of upside down so I can get it a bit easier, I'll flip the sticker sheet because I didn't do that the first time. Makes it a bit easier on the ones that are on opposite sides of, at least I've found it does. And sometimes you just got to put your finger above the area to keep it from coming back up. And there we go. I will say some of the newer kits are usually a bit better about their stickers, not having too many stickers and having stickers that will last when they get on. There are older kits. I have a older model dragon. I think I have an older model dragon around here that the stickers do not like staying on. Favorite model kit? Huh. It's actually a hard one because I just kind of love all of my Mobile Fighter G Gundams. So far, my favorite that I've built has been my Real Grade God Gundam, even though some of the stickers were very much a pain to put on. But I also haven't gotten my Real Grade Shining Gundam yet, so it might get dethroned for all I know. So D215. And of course, a piece of the sprue came off. Grab one of the bags, because I was going to use those as trash bags anyways, for the sprues once they were emptied. But yeah, currently it's the Shining Gundam is currently Real Grade God Gundam. I have loved honestly every model kit I've built, unless it was just something unless it was something too easy. I've not really found it annoying. like there was the Mewtwo kit I had. It was exceedingly too easy, so I found it a bit annoying. Um, I had a full mechanics Barbados Lupus Rex. It annoyed me, but so far real great. The real grade God Gundam, and then these high grades that they've been doing through Premium Bandai have been pretty fun to do. So A228, which is this one right here. There we go. And I will say, I have been enjoying these high grades a bit more, because, like, already looking at this Dragon Gundam, if I remember the back section here, which is for his core lander, I want to say that wasn't separate on the one the older model that I have. I want to say that one was actually together, like it was combined into it. But there's the chest piece. So next is the head, which has another sticker. Why am I not surprised by that? Uh, so A226. So that's right here in the red. And I have built one of the, I will say, from the Endless Waltz movie for Gundam Wing. I have built one. It was Gundam Wing Zero Endless Waltz. I don't particularly mind it, but I also, it's, since it's not from my favorite series, it's one of those Gundams I kind of just put off to the side after I'm done building. I'm not I'm fond of it that I got to build it, but it's take it or leave it on building it. So the other one is A15, little mouth guard over here. So this is one of those pieces you got to be real gentle with. And if it gets flash, you're gonna have to really work at it. So gotta check on both sides, which this side got a little bit of flash on it, so there we go. Just enough that I could pull it off easy. So now, another sticker. Easy 08 Gundam ground type. I didn't know they. Because I mainly look at Mobile Fighter G, I don't know much about some of the other Gundams, but that's how I was feeling about these until Premium Bandai started working them up. So it's possible that eventually they will. I mean, right now they're working on their the Quux series of models for the newest series, G Quux. So I think the models I've seen have been G Quux, maybe White Gundam and Red Gundam, and then they've showed a few that have been redos. Virulent, I think Psycho Gundam has shown up. I haven't kept up with the series itself, so I don't know what all they're grabbing from the show. I keep up in the loosest sense because of there's an app game that actually keeps updating, and it gives you the it's been giving a few of the pilots. I think right now it has 3 of the Gundams, which is Red Gundam, White Gundam, which is meant to be the new variant. I don't particularly like the new facial design on White Gundam, since it is meant to be RX-78 too. But yeah, uh, this is the game that I've been playing that has that, and it also has Quux in it. It's SD Gundam G Generation Eternal, and it's not a bad little game. I've mostly been trying to focus on getting. Yeah, but you got to give RX-78 to its love because it was the first. But the new one is kind of, it looks like a dog chewed him up, honestly. A227, so this red piece right here. They showed off Red Gundam and like a few others in this. The original RX-78 too, or the new one? Because they both have the same color scheme. It's just the amount of parts going into it is more on the new one. Because like a good variety of Gundams have the same color scheme. Like God Gundam honestly has the same amount of colors as RX-78 too, for the most part. Yellow, blues, whites, and reds. It's just they're in different spots. Next thing is D13. That's a 2. There's 3 right there. NTO1. I mean, to each their own, yeah. I've never actually seen that one. I'm learning more about each of the Gundam series as I go through G Eternal. Like, I knew a bit about Seed and a bit about Wing. Most of my knowledge is G Gundam, as it was the series that started me down the long path of Gundam. But going back on a kit, you mentioned a kit, getting a new kit on the ground type. There's actually a kit with these that I would love to see get new. There's 2 of them. Gundam Spiegel, also known as Shadow Gundam, and Rising Gundam, which is a oft forgotten Neo Japan Gundam that's like way late in the series. So next is D11, and it does get a sticker on it, so I'll have to. But yeah, Rising had like 1 kit. Gundam, Shadow Gundam slash Gundam Spiegel had, I think, 2 kits. Nobel Gundams had a kit for the high grades, and so has Berserk Mode of hers. Shining and God, Master with Fu and Psyche, his horse. Uh, the Death Army, the Death Beast, which I don't have that one. And then there's the Hyper Modes for God and Master, which I don't have either. They were a while back for specialty. Back before I was able to get a job and get actual money towards buying model kits. Shoot, getting all 3 of these was a pain enough. There's Dragon Gundam's first part. Now we just need to get the ponytail, which is a lot of D1 pieces, 2 D1-8s, which are right here. And I have said, because we got him in both that G Eternal game, Lone Shadow Gundam Tight? Huh? What do you mean? Is there another... Well, actually, I should say, there is another Gundam called Shadow Gundam. Because the one I'm meaning, let me... Shadow Gundam. There might be another Gundam that's named this. I don't know. Let me grab browse. We'll do just window capture. I don't usually. So I've got my keyboard off to the side. Let's see. We'll just grab right here. Ah, it's above me. There we go. Yeah, this is the guy that I'm talking about. I'm not sure. There might be another Shadow Gundam, but this is the one I was talking about. That's had I think he's had. I want to say 2 kits, but I might be wrong. It's Gundam Spiegel or Shadow Gundam in the dub, who was piloted by oh yeah, it's great. I love it. So let me just get rid of that. Actually, make it to where that's the only thing, and let me make sure that worked. I don't know why it's okay. I'll just delete it as a browser source or a web source. There we go. But yeah, that one is the one that I was thinking of. He Gundam Spiegel, piloted by Schwarzbruder, is cool looking, and I love it. And he's had 1 or 2 kits, but one of them I do think was one of a very old set where they came with like little figurines of the characters that you could put inside or put them beside it, and it was kind of neat. Off of D2 we need the 8s as well. They're up here. But yeah, they he hasn't had a kit in a while, so I would love to see him get a kit. The old Shuffle Alliance of Shuffle Black Joker, Shuffle Diamond, Shuffle Ace, Shuffle Spade, and Shuffle Heart. A thing only shown in the Bill Divers and in the SD Gundam stuff. Would love to get that one as well. Because that was supposed to be Master Asia's original one. So now we need D14 right here. And getting Master Asia's original one. I'd also like HAL Gundam. Because HAL Gundam would be kind of cool. I feel like. And that's, of course, his ponytail's posable. We plug that in right in the back. Put it on his side right there. Now we're going to be working up the arms. Shouldn't need the stickers, but yeah. Penelope? Penelope. My brain's trying to think. Penelope. You're gonna have to give me a refresher on that one, because I don't remember. It's I know I haven't fully like I haven't rewatched in a while, so that's why I'm kind of like trying to think. Penelope. But that also could be another Gundam series that I'm not aware of. Okay, so the next two, I'm gonna do E18 and D111. So E18 is this piece down here. And it was D111 down here. The delta-shaped armor. Weird Gundam with delta-shaped armor. Ooh, okay, so D111's got another one of these can't clip areas, so I gotta pay attention. There we go. Alright, let me look that up, because I've never... Gundam Penelope? From Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway's movie? I'm gonna... Because I see a Gundam here that is labeled as RX 104FF Penelope? Okay. Yeah, I could see them not doing too many kits for this. This one looks... It is very intricate looking. I could see them not doing too many kits with that. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and attach this right here on to there. And since we're doing both arms, I'll do them both at the same time. So we'll grab D2 and E2. Grab the 11 off of here. Go. And we'll put the E2s over here and the E1s over here. So now we use the A sheet. A118 over here in the black sector again. Now this one's probably one that has to be a unique way, so let me... Okay, I think I see how it has to go. So it looks like... Ow. I did this the wrong way. I do believe it goes up in here. Like so. There we go. It's got a little connection point with the top here and two little slide joints. So now we need A2's sheet for the same piece, which on this one it's right here as same. Similarly, position. Oop, if I could not drop stuff. At this point, because it will try to pop out the green part up here, you need to push it to make sure it connects in. Get a little snap in there, or a pop, I should say. Alright, so the next two are A120 and A121 for this one over here. 20 is right here. Though I don't see 21. Let me... 21 is over here in the red. Okay, so 20 is this very small. There's a very small black piece right there on Soren's gem. And then 21, which is the next piece that goes on top of it, is a bit smaller, but not much smaller, red piece. And these aren't nearly as tiny as the pieces that went into Gundam Rose, so I am a-okay with this. Alright, so kind of just find where they line up. Line everything up and place them in. I will say, I'm already loving, even if these are small pieces I have to put in, I'm already loving this more than the older model kit for Dragon, because the older model kit had his hands, they were still detailed, but the faces are completely sticker. And that was mainly the thing of stickers just wanted to come off, was the faces on his hands wanted to come off consistently. The older stickers just no longer want to stick, even though I haven't had the kit that many years. I've had it maybe 1 to 2. So there's that. Next is D1. Okay, so that's this yellow sheet. And we need 7. Okay, so that's this piece right here. And it does look like there is a piece towards the front gotta watch out for on this. So I'm gonna tilt it to snip that. Oh, an entire piece of the sprue came with it, so I'll snip that off now. When I do, just place it down for a second. Check for any excess flash. Then I'll go ahead and throw this in the bag of trash. Put the bag of trash, yeah, back where I had it. Alright, so now it looks like this guy goes right on top right here. Yep, and you can already see with that, it makes the eyes of the dragon. And so much more. already loving this kit more than the old one. Apparently these sprues just did that on that one side, because that one did the same thing. There we go. I will say this isn't just every stream I do this. Sometimes I do play video games. Been playing a lot of Oblivion Remastered recently, which I have figured out a loophole to a bug that a lot of players have been getting stuck with the Ascended Immortals. So I am happy about that. Alright, so we got those two. Now with their facial structures, now it looks like we're building the lower jaw. So D1 5 and 6. Looks like 5 and 6 are right here. It looks like 6 has a bit that is a watch to make sure you don't snip it. And it looks like D15 had a part that just went flying. Alright, so now do it like so. Yep. So apparently like so. Should just brought a trash can in here, but oh well. And then apparently you turn this part and it connects in right here. Oh, it doesn't say anything about it clicking yet because it doesn't. Kind of just rests there for a minute. Alright, well let's get the next piece so that we can get that clicked in before I go back and do this one. So now it says D110. So that's this piece right here. And it looks like this piece has a sticker. So, caught it. So the sticker on this says it's sticker number 9. Okay, so number 9 is it's 2 black. And it looks like the other one for D19 has an 8 on it. Okay, looking at it, I see where it is. There's a little spot right here for a black spot. So, let me look at it and see which one. Alright, top one will work. Because it looks like there's 2. One for each hand on both of these. Alright. There's number 9. And don't worry if you can't get the stickers at first. I wasn't that good at the stickers either when I first started working on Gunpla like this. Honestly, there was a few of them I just threw the stickers back in the box and said I'm done. And I have never went back to them. Alright, so now D19, which is that piece right there. So we can get the... one day maybe, but I'd have to check through every single box to see which ones were missing stickers. Because even at this point, I'm not certain which ones. But you learn over time and you figure out little techniques. Like the tweezers, that's one technique. Another one is an X-Acto knife, in case you don't have tweezers. Because you can use the very tip of an X-Acto knife, or a razor blade knife, because I've used one of those before as well, to grab the sticker off the sheet and position. I only suggest it if you are comfortable around knives. Otherwise, I suggest getting a nice set of needle nose tweezers. These actually came with my computer iFixit kit. So these are meant for tiny parts. And there, with the A1s that we just did, or the D1s we just put in, there is the first dragon head. So next, finish up that second one. So that would be the D2 sheet. So we go back to D5 and D6. So that's these two up here. Looks like it's 6 this time that decided to have a bit of sprue come off. A bit of excess. And 5. Wow. Can't get away from them, can I? Alright. Might as well just leave this sheet over here where I can grab it. Alright. Yeah, go ahead and take a break. By all means. I'll probably be taking a break here in a sec. Just to get at least a drink. As soon as I get these dragon heads. Okay, so it starts with 10, then goes to 9. So throw 9 on its spot on the sheet. Here we go. There's 10. Alright, so with 10, let me go ahead and move these sprues off the sheet. Or these pieces of the sprue. Ten gets piece number 9. Or sticker number 9, I should say. There we go. Then piece number 9 gets sticker number 8. Dragon Gundam second hand, because this is going to be the hand area. Ugh. Alright, so stop for a second, get me a drink. There we go. I had a drink beside me ready, so cool. Works great. Alright, so now continue slowly. So next is A1 17 and D1 12. Well, A1 17's over here in the black. It's this one right here. And then D1 12 is one of the last two parts on the D1 sheet, which is this big piece down here. Put it like this. It says to put it like this, and just kind of snug it in there for a second. And then that's that one. So let's grab these two sheets over here. Grab the same pieces. Oh, and it looks like this, for D2, this is actually the last piece on the sheet. Alright, so that'll be the first used up sprue. Nice. Alright, so there is those two. And that's the first used sprue, D2. So, it's one of the yellow ones. Put it in the trash bag. Well, in the bag of dead sprues. So the next piece is E1 for this guy over here. E110, which is this piece down here. Slid down pretty easy. Grab from this one over here, E210. So that'd be right here underneath my thumb. Like I said, I do some spinny tricks with them because some of them are just so flimsy with how they connect that you don't have to do much. Alright, so now this is where we get the C sheets, and I am going to split them up now because it looks like one is used for each. So I am gonna bring one over here to this pile. It looks like we need C6 and 5. That's 7 and 8 there. Nope, those are 9s. 5 and 6 right over here. So there's 5 cut out. And then 6. This one's one of the this is on the bright white sheets. Like I said, I'll place that one there. Okay, so it looks like it goes like this. And then this kind of slides in. Ah, no. So I might have this upside down. No, I had it upside. I think I had it upside right. It's just I had this one upside down. And then this one goes in here. That's another thing. Those are very flimsy on the old one. Like very easy to knock around. They don't feel flimsy on this one, which I do very much appreciate. Alright, so now the second one of that. Put the sheet off to the side again. Fix that up to where that situates in. And that pushes in right there. So now we go on to the next page. So let me go. Still haven't got to that last sticker yet, but I don't think I will for a while because I'm thinking that last sticker. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these away for a hot minute because I believe that last sticker is for the core lander in the back because it's a green sticker. All right, so now we're working on the right arm. We'll use these pieces over here. So now we need a bunch of B pieces. B1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 are right here. And 3's right here by this thumb. So we'll go ahead and snap all those out. And then we need an A piece. Oh, there it is. There's 2. One. 3. And then A1, 15. 12 is here. Ah, there it is. It's another black piece. Alright. So on this one, shows this A pointing like so. It shows this B. Make sure of this. Okay, yeah. So it shows it doing this. And then once we've got those two like together, we just place this on top to encapsulate them. Then we put that down for a second. We're going to move these two up here, over here for a sec. And then we get C1. So let's grab our C sheet from this stuff. We need C1 and C7 down here. So C1. Oop, had those backwards for a second. And like I'm showing, on even on a thicker of the sprue connect points, sometimes you can just spin it just enough to disconnect. And there's nothing wrong if you want to try doing it. You don't have to. Then connect those in like that. And they go over the top. Let me make sure the direction this is facing. Okay, so it is facing like this. So we put it in here like so. Pop it until that is flush. And then we need C8. So that'd be right beside 7, so right here. Now this one is a bit, if you want to do the wiggling, you can. It goes on right here. So it kind of snaps in there. Then we need B9 and B31. B9's up here. So we'll go ahead and grab it while we see it. And in anticipation of that, B31 is going to be down here. There's 32, so 31, right here. It's a very this one, yeah, this one's a bit trickier to get it to start spinning because of the connectivity to the bottom part. So now we do that and that, connect those two up. Those two go into here. We grab this homeboy right here and put him attached right here. And we attach the dragon to the arm. Now there are two hands it shows. Haven't figured out which hands I'll be putting on this one yet. So we'll probably just do clenched fists to start. But there are 34 and 35, which is a kind of pose hand. Which funny enough, this pose hand is also in Maxters, and I think in Roses as well. I might be misremembering on Roses, but I remember this from Maxters vehemently. Alright, let's see. Alright, so there is that hand. Let's see. Yeah, so I've got... Alright, so... Yeah, there's that pose hand. It's kind of a pointing finger kind of hand. It's not meant for holding anything. I will be putting it in the box for now. The hand we'll put on it is a combination of 22 and 19 right here. There is another hand that goes on the right for holding stuff. That one we won't build until we need it. So apparently Rose's was the only of the 3 kits so far that they decided to tell you, hey, you can build this a little bit early. Or a bit faster than the others. The other 2, they're like, yeah, nah, you can hold off pretty far into the kit. So now we will open the mouth just a tiny bit to put his hand in there. And there we go. Dragon Gundam's fist. There's his right arm. Now for the left. Now, we know the B sheet's going to be used, but the A sheet's also used A2 sheet's immediately used. So we're going to go ahead and grab the A2 sheet and grab 15 off of it, which, if we remember, is over here in the black section. And then the next parts are B3, 6, and 7. We know where 3 is, right here. And then 6 and 7 are up here where 1 and 2 were. Let me just bring that out. Side camera frame real quick while I snip. Alright. So put B back where it should be. Alright. Now, similarly, it shows us grabbing 7, B3. Shows us the same things we did for the first, but just for a minute it does. It does, when you do arms, you kind of do similar things for a hot second. Alright, so we'll go ahead and place this right here like that. Now we need C1 and C7 from the sheet that I put over here to the left. Looks like this one's C1 is not wanting to come off easily. Well, it did, but then it just decided to do that anyways. Okay. Apparently it did come off easy. It just didn't want to get out of the little nestle spot that the sprue had. Alright. Now we are going to have to look at this one. Looks like it has it like this. And like so. Nope, that's reversed. And I might have just pushed those two white pieces apart. Okay, so this is really weird. Okay. This goes like so. Okay. Got it that time. Sometimes you just gotta look at the piece like a few times and go, Alright. So now here's 8. Which, from last time, we know how this goes. Click on right here. Got that little arm. Now we need B10 and B31. B31, same spot as it was, so I'm just not even going to show it. B10 up where B9 was. Similar piece to B9. So again, similar cut method. B10, B9, B31, combine. 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 Oh, there's some flash there. Hold on. And combine. Now the hands for this one, we have 3 sets of hands already for this one. So the 3 hands for this one are 36 and 37, which are down here. Which is kind of a weird, like, graspy hand. It's kind of like a kind of hand. Even though this Gundam doesn't have shining finger or shining finger or burning finger, so I don't know why it's kind of got like this weird graspy hand. Beats me. Then the second one is the similar fist, 20 and 21, which is right where the previous ones were. Now see, this hand also has technically 4 fists. Because 20 and 21 is, of course, its normal fist, which I would put on there normally, but I think I'm going to do its final form, which is 32 and 33, which is over here, which is a martial art kind of like hand. And considering this is Neo China's Gundam in the series, and he is a practitioner of the Shaolin martial, I think it's the Shaolin Temple is what they call it, for martial arts. I will be probably trying to put him in a pose practicing that, or using one of his special moves. So this one is a bit harder to get in there, I've noticed. So for now, I will just use the fist, just to have a hand in there. There we go. Whenever I go to pose him, I will probably try to get this hand back out and use it. If I don't, it might just be the fists. I don't know. But now, we're combining the head with the body. So let's pop that on there. He looking good. And now let's get his two arms. Left and right. And he's already looking good. Dragon Gundam's already looking good. Similar to the other two, he is already looking marvelous. We will, however, so that he can sit, he can lay appropriately, we will disconnect his ponytail for now. We can put it back on later. Alright, so next up is the leg section. So, there are two, we're going to be doing two parts of the legs, which is probably just the feet, roughly. So, we'll start with so there's two B11s and two B5s. We'll need both of those. So we are just going to snip both out at the same time. There's the B11s. One of the B5s just went flying. There they are. Both the B5s. And then we need B26 for one and B28 for another. So 26 is down here. And it seems like it's these plates. So 26 for this one, 28 for the other one. So B5, it says goes, looks like this way. And this one goes this way. And it looks like on both of them they do the same thing, so we just mimic what we did on this one. Oh, good bit of flash left on that one, so gotta snippy until I get that down. Alright, and then do that like I had it. And then it says for this one it's 27, this one it's 29. The two beside them. $27, $29, then for this one it'll be A123, which is down here in the red. It's actually this boot right here, the base of the boot right here. That. At the same time, we'll go ahead and grab the other sheet and grab the other one, because both of them are doing the same thing with a B number. So A223 right here. And then it uses the B sheet for a B13 right here. Both of them. Alright, B sheet down. So, looking at it, looks like the goes in with the, there's a half circle in there. Looks like the flat half goes towards the front. When it gets pushed in right there. About set that one and going in the wrong direction. Alright, and then A124 and A224. I'm assuming, yep, red piece right here. There's A124. A224. Next, each one of them, like I said, has a C sheet. So the C sheet has a C16 on it. Down here in the corner. It's a little, looks like similar to what Maxter had, of like a kind of a shin guard-ish type spot. And these actually have a spot where they click in right here. Yeah, they click in right like so. Doesn't really click, but it does have a way that it has to go in. So all of that is now for, each of those is one section of one leg. So now we'll do the right leg. And it does show going ahead before doing anything is this needs to be bent. Then we grab A1 for number 4. So that's up here in the white. It fits in right there. Then we need A122. It's this red piece down here. We need that and C2. So that'd be over here. It's up here. We're also going to need A116, which is right here. It's a black piece. So looking at it, this piece right here, these two connect in like so, and they connect in, this goes in here, and then this piece goes like so, like so, right here. Shows it like that, and then we have A11, which is right over here. Which we then attach very carefully. At the same time, trying to make sure that everything goes in the right spot. So sometimes you have to reposition. Try again. When you do, usually you start by making sure that all of the pieces are going in the right, there we go, spots. Then this apparently gets brought back up. Hasn't said anything about the foot, so I'm just gonna leave it, or that piece right there, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Then I need C12 and 11. These two pieces right here. And they do just kind of have guide points, both front and back. Now E1, so we go back down to find the E spots, which in this case was the green sheets. E1, and we need number 6, which is this very tiny piece right here. So we're going to be very gentle with it. Then we put it in right, like so. again, another piece that absolutely was a sticker on the old one. Gonna make sure it clicks in there, because it's got a little groove it goes into. So now we just pop that there. Next is A110 right here. Now B8 and B30. So B30 is down here where B31 was. Well, beside it. So there's 30, and then 8. 8 is up here. Okay, that kind of rain sound was just my headphones. Thought it was raining outside, and I was like, oh god, not more rain. So now we take 8, and we snugly put the 30 in like so. And then after we do that, we put it in here like so. And there's the right leg. Next up, we start the left leg. So we'll go ahead and pre-bend that. And we start with A1 again, huh? I did not expect A1. I was actually expecting sheet A2. But it says number 3. Alright. There's that. And then A222, there it is. Which is right here. Just similar to last time. And C2, which is going to be on this other sheet. Similar to last time. Same spot. And A216, okay. Yeah, right, over here in the black parts. I don't remember where that was. Alright. These two connect up. And then it's guard. And situated like so. And then A1, 2. Similarly to last time, try to it's still that piece down there. It's acting up. Alright. Go ahead and straighten the leg out. Gotta move pages again. Alright. Next is C11 and 12. So grab this sheet's C. And if you see me flip around my clippers in my hand, It's another trick I've learned over years of being able to either cut it like this, where it's the clippers like are pointed one way, or being able to do them in the reverse. Again, just little tips and tricks that I have learned. You do not ever have to learn these things to be able to do this hobby. I have learned random little things doing this, and also helping once or twice build a few Warhammer models. One of which I wanted built myself because it was one that I bought for it was a unique and limited edition one. So E26. But yeah, it was the White Dwarf himself. They had one where it was a birthday for the White Dwarf, and the game store I was helping, they were slowly running out of stock of them, so I finally just bought one. And I built him. Um, at the same time, I learned magging pretty quickly. Something I do not do with Gundams. I will never mag these things. But I did learn it. Uh, Magging is, of course, just putting magnets in them. Again, do not have to learn it if you want to do Gunplas. Honestly, I suggest you never learn it. It is very time consuming and trifling, I will say. Alright, there's that, and then B8 and 30 again. I will just go ahead and snip those out. Okay, so 30s. There's 8. Had to remind myself where 8 was. Okay, so B8, B30, like so, and then like so. And there is his left leg. Now the waist. B14 and 23. So 14 is this big piece right here. And 23 is this tiny piece right here. So looking at it, it has these long bars. So that tells me that those are meant to be there. Because with enough grip strength and sufficient clippers, you can go through about any level of plastic. So I always check to see if I'm meant to go through it. So next is A111. It's right here on the sheet. It's like that one has a spot that needs clipped. And it is a actually all three of them are pretty thick points. Now we grab this again and it goes like so. Next is E214. So we need specifically E2. Oh, 14's the screen part right here. Ah. Alright, so that one actually gets attached right here on the back. Next is A8, A18, which is right here. We've seen it a few times. It's the front fins. And A2 has a piece we need, 25. Where is 25? Ah, it's down here in the red. Okay, so now one of the things it does show with a 8 that we just cut out is that there is a little piece here in the middle we can snip. I did the same thing with Maxter, and I made sure that it was clean. It's a weird process, but then you just attach them in right here. Bring them on over here. Grab this little piece right here. And there's that. Now we need E211. E2 again. 11's up here. I'm just going to drop E2 right there for a minute. Because, yeah. Alright, now that goes there. And the fun thing is now when we combine the legs in, we need two more pieces. E29, which goes on with the left leg, which is this piece right here. So this goes on this side. And E19, which is not quite the last piece on the E1 sheet. There's still E17. So that one gets to stay for now. But we're going to go ahead and connect in these. The legs. And then connect in, which I just noticed some flash that I missed. My bad. Good bit of flash I missed. There we go. And then this one goes on right here. This one goes on right here. And then finally, back piece disconnected, but shouldn't have. Okay. Make sure everything's good. Back one. Yeah. Alright. Those two, and then just push them together. And there is Dragon Gundam, full-bodied. Only thing he doesn't have on right now is his ponytail. So next seems to be the core lander. So the core lander starts with E1 and E2 stuff. Interestingly enough, it does mention it, but it tries to hide it off until later. It's on the A1 part, I do believe. So we're going to try to get that before we get too far with it. But E17, making E1 the next sprue that we finished. And then E2, we need the 7 off of it. And E213, which is this one right here. Alright. Alright. Those are both kicked in. Now, A112, which is this piece up here. Now this is the cockpit for the core lander, and for some reason it's trying to say don't put the sticker on until later. No, we're putting the sticker on now before we ever put that thing anywhere near the rest of this. Now with the cockpit stickers, it's kind of just trying to line up the main body of the sticker into the spot you need it to be in, and then just pressing it into place. Which I got about as good as I'm gonna get it. First try, cause yeah. Now where did I put the... where did I put the... Ah, there they are. thing. Also, that's the end of the sticker sheet. So, as with the sprues, it goes in the trash box. Now, it says this gets attached in right here and just placed there. Now, A1 6 and 7, 6, 7. So we combine 6 and 7, back, and okay, looks like it goes right like so. Oh, that's odd. Yeah, no, that's how it goes. Okay. Looks like there's meant to be like a... Okay, it does mention it like 3 seconds later. There will be a gap. Okay, whew. Thought I was going crazy. Now E212, and this is the last from E2, so say goodbye to this green sprue. Alright, so next we attach this into here. And then this on the back here. Then we get 2 C15s, meaning we have to go to both our C sheets, grab 15 off of them. $15 off of that one, and 15 off of that one. Now that one might have a bit more flash on it because did feel it kind of, yeah. There we go. That one was pretty clean to start. So they have funny little things with their backpacks. Whoop. Alright. Now, this is a weird thing. Getting this thing out from here when it's down like that. Alright. So now we can put the core lander, and with that we'll also put his ponytail back, because that'll go above the core lander. We can also have him standing. Everything good on the YouTube side? Alright. I think everything's good. Yeah, looks like everything's good. Alright, so we can have him standing off to the side for now. And when I mean off to the side, I do fully mean off to the side. So he's half standing. So now it looks like we're going to be doing the base. So I'll go ahead and grab our dark green plastics and move all the rest of this off to the side. So before it even mentions for it, I'm going to go ahead and snip this base off. And this piece right here, because this is going to be the connector that goes into the eventual Bolt Gundam. . So that's already disconnected, and as you can see, pretty dark green. We're gonna put this one over here because there's already a red to connect it in with Maxter, as there was a light blue to connect Rose to Maxter. So now we go from there to this. So we need 22, 23, 18 and 17, 22, 23, 17, and 18 are right here. And we're going to need 17 and 18 again in a second. That's why there's two of them. Right side by side. But 22, 23 right over here. Alright, so there's those. Okay. So next, we pick up this one. Thread, as we did with every single one of them, thread that. Put that right there. And baba bing, baba boom. We have one of the two arms. We'll go ahead and set this up the way it says to, which is at an angle. There we go. Next arm is 25, 24, 25. These two, and then 17, 18 again. So grab 17, 18. Seventeen, 18. Now 24, 25. Thread this one, just like last time. Similarly. And similarly, this one says to have this one already at an angle. We'll go ahead and do that. And that is because... wrong way. Hold on. There we go. Sorry. Put that on the wrong direction. There we go. So now, accurate. And that's because it uses these three risers, 5, 6, and 7, as potentials for height. As per usual, we're going to grab all three off the sprue in case we need them for the pose. We never know what we'll need, so starter pose, which is just generic, will be on 7, and it will be on him being on the second rung. There's those two. We'll grab those extra 2 pieces, throw them in the kit. Of course, We need 13 right here to be able to attach to him. And we need 4 right here to be able to attach it to the base. Our usual. Attach. Attach. And attach. And then, as per usual, right up there for his starter just standing pose. Because yeah, that's all we've got currently is just him and his standing. We don't have any of his weapons, any of his special look. Not yet. We're still working towards that. Next is his weapons, his armaments. The flags. So, there are some pieces they actually tell you to remove when doing this. I don't. It says remove to your preference. So I am probably not going to remove those pieces. It does look like we are done with this sheet, so I'm going to move this out of the way into the box with the other pieces that we've already kept off into the box. And yes, I've already grabbed the wings and the back emblem because we're going to be using those soon. Alright, so it looks like C10 there are multiple C10s. So we're going to remove all of them. So there's those 3. And because I know there's a second sheet of C with C10s. There's all the C10s. Now we can choose one of them to have F1 placed on it, which is this thing right here. This very glowy bit. And A113. So we will do that momentarily. That one has now been cleared. So of course that sprue goes in the trash sprues. Like it said, only one of them. So we'll grab this one right here. And just kind of... other way. That. And then A1. 13. 13 is, it's right here in the orange-ish color scheme. So this one is a different color scheme than usual. For this part. Now the only reason I didn't cut that connection point is because the book said not to. So there's one. Don't think I made that as clean as I could. There we go. Because it was wobbling back and forth a little too much. So there's that spear. Then there's an A213 spear as well. Had to... Right there's the spearhead. We don't need it connected in with... Doesn't need to be like the other one, so we'll just poke that one in. Then there's also, we could do all 6 of them this way, and I might do that for 5 of them and just keep the final piece off for 1 of them. Can make them into flags. So that requires these pieces that are dubbed A114 or A214. And they've all got like little bits attached to them on the edge. I'll cut one off and show you before actually pulling the small piece off. This next one I'll do it. See, it's got a little extra piece off to the side here. That one you can just kind of twist off. That's what I've been putting off to the side there. One actually came off earlier, and I have been just... It's already in the bag. The others, I just left them on there and they didn't twist off. Alright, so there's all 6 of those. Now we'll only set up 5 of these, so this spear is about to come down. But they do use C9 for this. So I'm going to take that out, drop that in the box, and grab the C sheet. And 9 is down here. There are 3 toppers on each, it looks like. Now, because I have to be very careful, I am going to choose to not show my process on cutting these out. Shoot. I just dropped one to the floor. So this is going to... Alright, similar to last time where I dropped a piece. Grab my light. Alright, this time I actually see it though. It is on the ground. Unlike last time where it was on the table still. So it is behind my PNG tuber, but I did get it. There it is. Now I will get the other 3 off of this one. Like I said, very touchy these things are. So we're gonna make 5 flagpoles, and it kind of doesn't look like it matters how you put them in there, as long as you put
one of these on top of each of them. So, we're going to grab each of the 5, or each of the 4 left. And we're going to make the flags. And yeah, I have them blowing different directions. They're flags. Not all flags are going to blow the same way. So of course, we have one of each left. Drop them in the box. Now, this already shows that we could do B15 and B8. So this is where we can get the sheet for the hands. It's 15 and 16, and then 17 and 18 for the 2 hands. 15, 16, 17, 18. So it looks like it's 15 and 18 for the right hand. So this one and this one. And we may use the right hand for holding the spear. Not for certain yet. Actually, well, looks like it can go through it even after this has been made, so let me see. Yes, it can. Okay, good. So I don't have to worry about making the hands ahead of time on the weaponry. Like I kind of almost did with Maxter and the Magnums before I decided I wanted them on his hips. Now there are still 2 pieces right here on B. So B is still a sheet, weirdly. Alright, so there's the left hand. We're not going to use the left hand for this. Like I said, if I get this and I get a good pose, left hand was going to be the martial arts hand, which I'm going to find real quick. There we go. And I'll drop that extra hand in there. Now there is D1. There is still something for D1, 2. Oop, that's not it. Okay, so all these little bits over here are going to go away now because this sprue is done, because this is the end of his ponytail. It's a dagger at the end of it. But because of that, we also finished up the yellow sprue. So we can grab the little bits and pieces that are off to the side. And we can grab this sprue. KZLC, I am building Dragon Gundam from Mobile Fighter G. I'm most of the way done with him already. As you can see, I've got him already on the base and everything. He's got this back here. I just have him off to the side. Should probably put him in shot a bit better. Let me put him right here, where he's in shot. Well, his feet are in shot. Yeah, I'm just building up his weapons. And I've got his hands for the pose I want to do, because thinking I want this, these maybe around him, and then the martial arts hand in his left, and the right hand holding the spear. I think. I don't know yet. Alright, so... Okay, it looks like there are sets of these that I can build. 4 of them. So I guess make the arms longer. So it takes A129. It uses A1 and A2, so yeah, A1 or A2 shows it best. There are 2 pieces here, so if there's 4 sections, I gotta use both sheets. Okay. But yeah, I'm building a Gundam. It's Dragon Gundam from Mobile Fighter G Gundam. So those 2. Uh, okay. Hasn't come. It'll come through when it does. But yeah. Thank you for the sub. And yeah, I built Maxter a couple days ago, and before that, it was a bit before that I built Gundam Rose on stream as well. This is actually the 3rd one that I've built on stream. Okay, so now it uses C14 and 13. So these are the 2 C sheets. Okay, 13 and 14, so each sheet's got 2 of those as well. Yeah. Dragon's just got a bit more to him than the other one did. So each of these is 2 pieces. And then each of these gets placed in on this one, maybe? I think that's where it needs to be placed. Yeah, there we go. You're fine. As for what I'm building after, this is actually the last Gundam in the backlog right now. The next thing that's going to be built probably won't be until June, which will be when I get my real grade, Shining Gundam in, because this is the last member of the Shuffle Alliance that they've put out for the high grade future centuries, which is Dragon Gundam. There's yeah, like I mentioned, Gundam Rose, which I'd already built, Gundam Maxter, which I'd built, and then Dragon, who I'm building now, because they haven't they're still doing a pre-release window. I think it's like the second pre-release window for Dragon Gundam. So they haven't started up on Bolt Gundam yet. So there's two of the length. Yeah, it's the major theme is just Mobile Fighter G. Those I could lengthen the arms a bit if I want to. Don't particularly. I don't know if I want to. But yeah, the theme is the Shuffle Alliance members, and so far, they've done. Like I said, they did Rose. Let's see. Go ahead and remove his ponytail while I remove this. So it looks like I can remove this back here. Oh, you see Gundams? Yeah, the Universal Century's kind of cool. I haven't really done too much with it besides my I've got the SD Gundam G Generation Eternal game, so, and I think I have an RX-78. I don't know if it's O2 or RX-78 2. That's my only issue. Is the difference between them. And okay. Oh, that's fair. I've got mine, most of my stuff is just G Gundam. Like, I've got Real Grade God up on the shelf. I have an old Dragon kit, which I'm glad they actually reprinted this. There we go. Because it didn't have these wing sections or this, like, fancy emblem with the older kit. And I kind of like this. Okay. And then if I want to do the emblem, I do C1 and 4, which are the last two on this sheet and probably the last two on the other C sheet. Yeah, besides Mobile Fighter G, I think the only other ones I've got an RX-78 somewhere. Real Grade 2, yeah. Was Real Grade God not Bandai? Thought he was. USA Gundam Store. Because this is where I bought him from. If I'm remembering correctly, that's where I bought him from. Account. Oh, there he is. RG. Okay, go back to the. Just making sure. RG1. 144th. God. Here he is. No, Bandai's on the. Oh, okay. So you got
You got a bootleg real grade. Okay, because I was about to say no, the one I got, which I can see the box from over here. I don't know why I didn't just look at the box. Is yeah, it's the real grade that they made, and and I got Shining on pre-order as well. Like I said, from what I can tell, he's coming in June, so that'll probably be the next one I build. And I'm waiting for P Bandai to put out the pre-order on, to go ahead and tell people that, hey, we've got a pre-order on Bolt, so I can have the full Shuffle Alliance. Or go ahead and announce real grade Master Gundam. Yeah, that's weird that the they're entering the real grade territory. Normally they just stay in the high grades, I thought. Alright, so let's go ahead and combine. Oop. Oh yeah. If we get real grade master though, one of the things I want to see, I still want Fu and Psyche with him. I want my horse. But I also want it to potential be like the old toys, where you could combine it with the other 3 Gundams to make it into like the Super Master Gundam or whatever it was called from the end. I would love that because, well, I figured they were in high grades, because high grades not hard to get into, but I didn't know they were in master grades already. Oh, the high grade master, I will say, it is not, since the kit is years old at this point for high grade Future Century Master with Fu and Psyche, it is not as good as like Rose, Maxter, and Dragon, but it is still a great kit in my opinion. I will never downplay that kit. That kit's actually pretty good, and the fact that because God was made, the high grade God was made before they put out Master. The fact that they made it to where God could go back and actually be also able to ride Fu and Psyche, so that you could have both variants, was a masterful thing to do. And I know I don't have the dragon faces on this, but I don't really care because I'm not really gonna put this on the. I'm not really gonna put it on there for the most part. I just wanted to see how it looked together. It doesn't look too bad even without the dragons. Oh hey, they actually have a thing to hold this up. It's over here in the greens. Let me look at this. 28, 29, and 21. So that's these 2 down here. 28 and 29, and then 21's over here. Oh yeah. I don't normally keep a backlog for too long because it's not that I have a lot of free time, it's just it bugs me. It starts gnawing at me that I don't have them built to where I could see them yet. So the fact that I bought these 3, Rose, Maxter, and Dragon, in quick succession, or not in quick succession, all together, and was able to kind of look at them and go,
okay, I will space these out over a couple of weeks is already, to me, that's actually me holding back a lot. Because I wanted to build them day one of getting them. Remembering the set of high grades though, I think at this point there is only 3 kits that I am missing. From the initial ones that have been released to the public, I am missing. I think I have Shining Gundam, so I'm gonna say that I have him for this list. I am missing Nobel Gundam Berserker mode, and then the other 2 are actually both from the P Bandai exclusives, which is God Gundam versus Master Gundam School of the Toho Fuhai Hyper Mode set, and the Death Beast. The Death Army was actually the easiest one for me to get at one point. Like, I think I was working at a game store when that one came out. Yeah. With me, I can't do too much in the backlog. Otherwise, I will go. I might go a little crazier than I already am. Okay, so that's everything built. So let's see if I can get this folded back the way it was. That's everything built, but I'm not done with the kit yet. Let's see if there's anything left on any of these sprues that I put over here. A1 is done. A2 is... A2 has 1 piece on it. Huh. Wait a minute. I used that exact same piece already. A119, where did I use that at? Now I'm curious where I used that at, because I didn't use it again. I used it once. That's 16 or 19? 19. Not 16. Okay, so it's not that piece. Huh. Because A2 still has it. Now I'm confused where this piece was. Oh. Okay, it was in the chest piece. It was in the chest piece. There is only meant to be 1 for that one. Okay. Okay. Okay, so Dragon is for the most part done. I'm gonna snap A2 apart. That way I've only got to keep 1 piece of the sprue. Does the B sprue have anything left? Yeah, it does. And I'll just keep the entire sprue. That way I don't have to worry about it. Now, these 2 can go in the garbage pile. And I can work on the posing. Because every Gundam, after you're done, you gotta pose them. So, bring him over here. Because I'm gonna bring Maxter and Rose down from the shelf. So I gotta figure out a decent enough pose for them. I've already got the ponytail the way I like it. I will say that. Now the issue is just figuring out the rest of this. Alright, so move those two over there for a second. Get that hand out of there. Put the martial arts hand in. Pull that fist off for the spear hand. Well, spear can go in the hand after the fact. GBWC is all 5 main G Gundam and diorama. The champion of junior category in GBWC. What's that? I've never heard of that. Champion of GBWC. Gunpla Builders World Cup. Huh. I never heard of this before. Here's one from 5 months ago that looks like it's like a carbonated version of a mod of a. Huh. Yeah, until now I'd never heard of this. Like, I see a bunch of different things, like, whenever I look it up on Google. I don't see anything inherently Mobile Fighter G currently, but these all do look. I don't know if these are just like the first place winners or what they won, but a lot of it looks good. I know I could never compete in this. I ain't that good. Oh, there went his body, detaching from his top. Well, let's see if I can get the legs posed first, and then I'll reattach them. Oh, well, that, I guess, helps. Part of it stayed underneath them. Let's see. That spear there. It's gonna sit limply because it's not gonna sit, but oh wait. I don't know if I Titan Dragon on it, it'll actually stand. Whew, man, I could not imagine doing that. While I'll say it, I love Gundams for the hobby, I could never do this for that. A world championship where I'd have to compete against other people? Phew. I already think it's hard enough sometimes just figuring out the pose I like for the Gundam. There we go. No third party or 3D printed parts are allowed. I mean, shoot. All of what I would just have is, if we're just allowed the stuff that's in the kits, that's all I'd want. That's all I like. I don't care about 3D printed or third party parts. But let's see, grab my kit so I can put my tools away. Because yeah, that right there. Whew, forgot how much that plastic glue still smells. Whew. That right there is the three of them together, and I can't wait for Bolt to come out. Whew. Now, I know can't see him too well, so I'm gonna kind of move the camera here in a second. Just gotta be able to turn off the light that I was using. Move it to the side and get a better. Oh yeah, looking at those, a lot of those are kit bashes, and I would never be able to do it. But alright, so let me grab my. To me, this is going to be upside down a bit because I'm holding my camera this way, but there we go. Maxter. I might tweak his leg a little bit on Dragon, but Rose, Maxter, and Dragon all together. All together again. Put that back up there. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and tweak that real quick while I'm thinking about it, because the leg looked a bit stiff whenever I was looking at it from that angle. There we go. Now bring this back up. There we go. Maybe turn him a tiny bit. There we go. And I've got the. Might have to increase his arm length. Where's those arm increasers? Go ahead and grab those and increase both arms. Cause yeah, his arms are a bit tiny. So let me disconnect him from Maxter real quick. Alright. Take that spear out of that hand. Because I feel like I'm going to have to put it, like, actually in one of the spots and him have to hold it. Now the fun part, actually doing this. Okay, I need my light back. There we go. Alright. And a piece of dragon's... One of the dragon's ears came off. I'm not surprised by that, sadly. Now I need to figure out how I want this. Well, no matter what, actually no, no matter what his, I think he just needs a little bit longer on the arms. No, he doesn't. Now that I'm like fiddling with it, I'm like, no, he doesn't. The spear just might have to like... Yeah. Alright, that works. Like, I'm gonna second guess myself like a million and one times. But for now, that is where I will say yes. Make the Bull Gundam. Yeah. There's a bunch of Gundams I would love to see. Besides the Shuffle Alliance getting finished with a new Bolt, the OG Shuffle Alliance of Shuffle Diamond, Shuffle Ace, Shuffle Queen, what was it? It was Ace, Spade, Club, and Joker, and then Heart. Because they actually do have Heart in the Build Fighters anime, and in that app game that I'm playing. They actually let you build Shuffle Heart, and then after you build Shuffle Heart, you can go into Shining from there. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I'd love to have those 5, be able to have... Oh, really? Which country? I gotta ask, because my country's already on display right here. Mr. Neo America's Shining Star. So, which one was yours? I'm very curious. At the same time, I'm going to look it up, because some of them I remember, some of them I don't. So, don't feel ashamed. Don't feel bad if I don't remember it. Because, like, I remember some of them. I know, what was it? Neo Italy was Nero, Clue Skull. Skull. Huh. Trying to think. Skull. Huh. Oh. The problem is I haven't rewatched forever. So my brain's trying to think Skull, and I can't think of one. Let's see. I'm trying to think based off of Skull. This is just, I got it to where it pulls up the list, but that's about it. 30 seconds of screen time. 30 seconds of screen time. Now there was one
Weirdly enough, there was one that was in the same episode as George Dassin's Neo France. Skull. It's called Skull Gundam? Skull Gundam. Skull Gundam. Yeah, I have not rewatched in forever, actually. Wow, I did not remember this Gundam. Neo Malaysia. Okay. Huh. Team. Okay, Okay, so it was joined by Neo Singapore's Russet Daggett in a tag team match against Neo Sweden's Allenby Beardsley and Domon. Okay. No, don't feel bad. Trust me. I have not rewatched in forever. And if I do rewatch, usually I get to about right before the finals. So I get to right as God Gundam shows up. I've tried rewatching like 3 times, and I keep having to do other stuff. So do not feel bad. The Gundam looks good. Honestly, would love to see that. It'd be a minimalistic kit to get, but I mean, I'd still like it. I'd build it. There's a lot of Gundams I would build. But yeah, the shuffles of Joker, Club, Diamond, Spade, and Heart. Of course, I already got Shining, Maxter, Rose. Oop, accidentally moved Rose. Dragon, Bolt's gonna be getting one, and God / Burning. I've got the Death Army. I need to get the Death Beast / Dark Beast. We don't have a Dark Birdie. Or the Navy. We got Master and Fu and Psyche. Yeah, Grand Gundam, Gundam Heaven Sword / Soaring Raven Gundam, Gundam Walter, Grand Master Gundam. You gotta remember, it was like, the series came out, yeah, it was early 90s in the Japanese. So, at the time, they might have thought a skull was a good idea. It's not really... You can't really tell what they were thinking. Of course, we've had one kit ever besides SD kits for Devil / Dark Gundam. I want another one of those. Absolutely. The manga for this series actually has each of these guys have a unique Devil, or Dark, or Death, DG cell infected versions. There are unique versions of these guys when they are infected with the DG cells in the Kyoto arc. I would love to see all of those because they look stunning. They also have upgraded versions of all 4 of the Gundams for the Shuffle Alliance. Would love to see those 4. Lumber Gundam, Arachno Gundam from Neo Cuba, Mermaid Gundam from Neo Denmark, both of the Pharaoh Gundams, and Sphinx Gundam. John Bull Gundam from Neo England. Wouldn't mind Mirage Gundam from Neo France. And I swear I had a Butler Ben Suman toy at one point. Well, here's the thing. They have produced one Devil Gundam toy before, one Devil Gundam kit before. I can actually pull it up. Let's see, model kits. I can use US Gundam Store for this one. They've produced technically 2, but there's been only one major one. The SD, there was an SD one, but they made a 1/144th sized one. And on the 1/144th, I think they had it to where his legs could curl up to make the face. So they only had like 2 legs on him. And it's an old kit. I will say it now, it is an old kit. But yes, I would love for them to have a new high grade Future Century one and it be huge. Of course, Gundam Spiegel, Shadow Gundam, Zeus Gundam, Nether Gun. There's been people have said Nether Gundam was getting a kit. He has never gotten a kit, and I would. It's a shame. Neo Holland's design is kind of cool. Kowloon / Howl Gundam, the precursor to Master Gundam. Again, disgrace that doesn't have one. Cobra Gundam, Neo Rex Scud Gundam, Neo Italy's Neros. We got Rising Gundam for like a kit, a singular kit. Yeah, Neo Holland's the the windmill. Neo Kenya's Gundam Zebra. Of course, Neo Malaysia's Skull Gundam. Neo Mexico's Tequila Gundam or Spike Gundam. Temjin from Mongolia. The Mandala one from Nepal. Viking Gundam from Norway. That one would need like 2 of these bases just to sit, and I'd love it. Neo Poland's Gundam Magnet. Portugal's Jester. Siberia's Mammoth Gundam. Ashura Gundam from Singapore. Let's see, Matador Gundam from Spain, which is a bull. They got Nobel already, and then of course Minaret or Scythe from Turkey. Like, I'd love all of these Gundams to have actual, like, just make them. Also, give these guys their hyper forms, because their hyper forms would be lovely. But also their upgraded and their DG infected ones from the manga. I really want all, like, there's so many kits I want to happen. Just make them as good as these 3 kits, and I'm good. Because there's nothing else I need out of them to be as good as these 3 have been. I'm trying to remember what they said actually, like, Maxter's was when he evolved. Because, like, each of these, the 4 shuffles, besides God, did have that evolution. Let's see. Maxter. Gundam Max Revolver. So instead of keeping the boxer aesthetic, he went cowboy. And then Gundam Rose, if I remember, he became Gundam Versailles. Dragon became Double Dragon. And Bolt, I think, became Crashing Bolt. No, Bolt Crash. And he went into, like, the more, like, nuts and bolts. Yeah, I've seen people mention that and show pictures of it. That's why I'm trying to get back to it in the, whenever I do rewatches. Because I would love to get back to it and find that scene. But yeah, there's so many. And the weird thing is, I did think of one other kit that I actually don't have. Because for some reason online they do not list this as a kit. I don't know if that means it's like a third party kit or what is it. But on USA Gundam Store, they had it for a while. It was what was it? The Gundam, it was the pylons that are up in space. I'm gonna look them up. Oh, hey, here's even one that I don't have, and it's on pre-order. Also, that's an action figure right there, but oh, and there's the high resolution model. I didn't do that one either, for God. Okay, so apparently they're also doing a Bud carrier for Shining Gundam. Yeah, I'm not buying that. That's $110 on just this website. Yikes. But no, that's not the one I was thinking of. It was, I'm trying to remember.
It's the things from up in space, the ring. It's it's the little pylons in between like each section of the ring, and they're red. Like whenever Domon like flies up with God Gundam, so that he can bounce off the ring and use it to supercharge him to go to the finals. Those red pylons that like they do the energy between them for the ropes. That. Let me see if I put it in my wish list on this site, because I put several things in my wish list. Yeah, here it is. Okay, no, it was not Bandai. Yeah, it's Effect Wings G Gundam 144th Battle Energy Ring Emitter Pillar. It was not Bandai that put them out. It was Effect Wings. Bandai didn't put them out, so that might be why they don't want to classify them that way. But you can also get like the triple. You can also make them triple tall. You can put Gundams to stand on top of them. So I was like, honestly, even if it's made by third party, I mean, get enough of them, put them like get a globe. Idea I had at one point was get a globe, get enough of them to encircle the globe with the amount that is in the show. Set them up and have like the laser ring going all around the globe. That way you could have all these Gundams in one area, and then you could have the actual ring. Earth is the ring. But yeah, oh yeah, I don't need this Maxter in my wish list anymore. What's this one? Oh, that's Gundam Rose. I don't need that in my wish list anymore either. Looking at the wish list on this website, on this thing, and it's like, oh, I don't need those anymore. Because they were the old 144th kits. But, with Dragon Complete, it did take me close. I think it took me around 3 hours, roughly. So, that is. Oh, wait a minute. I messed up Maxter whenever I was putting. There we go. I fixed Maxter back. But that is where I'm going to call it for today for stream. I will be back on Thursday, most likely with some more Oblivion remastered, playing some more of that. So everyone on YouTube, thank you for coming out and watching. On the Twitch side, I'm going to raid. I don't know who I'm going to raid out to yet. YouTube, you're free to go watch who you want. I don't know anyone to suggest you to go watch. You take care as well, Kays. Let's see. Where to send Twitch? Let's see. Is there anybody? Oh, looks like there's someone over on Twitch doing a custom paint job. I don't know. Looks like he was doing something, but at the same time, I'm not. A lot of these I noticed they do cut. Looks like they're doing a lot of custom paints, and I'm just like, I just build them. Oh, here's a person for Twitch. This person looks like they're building. They're gonna be building G-Quux. So yeah, we're going to go ahead. We're going to start up a raid. Going up. Never mind.
was going to try to raid into that person, but apparently they don't have it set up to where I can raid into them. Let's see. Who to raid into? Who to raid into? It's like I'm actively trying to find something. Let's see. The Quux would, the Chi-Quux would have been nice to send into. That's the problem. Huh. Oh, hey. Here's someone who is building Mobile Suit XXXG01W Wing Gundam version KA. So I'll see if I can send you guys to him. Yep. Alright. So we're gonna raid over to looks like his name's Jinxie QT. So thank you everyone so much for watching, and I will be back on Thursday with some more gaming. Till then, take it easy.